the Legacy Cannabis Podcast. It's been a long weekend. Legacy Cannabis Podcast with your highest host, Adam Il, chilling out right here with two amazing people. I'm with Jenn and Joey from WildLand Cannabis. How are you guys doing today?
Doing great.
Awesome. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, I see we got you outside and looking nice. It's a nice day. We got you inside, just vibing out. Would you guys smoking? Are you guys enjoying the plants?
Yeah, I was puffing a little bit earlier.
Not me yet.
Not yet. Oh, like let's do this and then we'll make it happen. So what tell me a little bit about WildLand Cannabis. How did it start? Why did it start? When did it start?
Joey, you want to take this one?
Sure. So yeah, WildLand Cannabis up in Mendocino, up in the right by the Mendocino National Forest. And we were growing cannabis when it was medical, and when the opportunity came along, and that got voted in, we we in with it, and
The 215 days.
Of regulation. Yeah, exactly. Back
the
then,
good days.
Some would refer to those as the good old days. Many as the good old days. But yeah, we wanted to make it happen. We really enjoyed doing it and love working with the plant, and we took the dive and went all in for regulation.
So okay. So here we are. We're in Mendocino. Why did you guys decide to start your WildLand? What was it? How did you guys meet? Why did you guys be like, we need to create our own brand? Like, was it the strains on the market? Were you guys just into something else? Because I know you guys do a lot with regenerative and sustainable farming practices. So is that what you saw? Were you guys like, yo, there's so much trash happening here. What are we doing?
I think that the answer to that involves like a little bit more. I'm going to add a little bit of the backstory there.
Yes, please educate.
Beginning, Joey and I are both from the East Coast, and we are both artists of growing all kinds of vegetables and stuff like that. So when we first moved out, we really wanted to like do more with the earth, keep bees and raise, grow vegetables and have chickens and stuff like that. We, didn't move out here to grow medical. What happened? The cannabis plant really found us. Of course, we were lovers of cannabis.
Okay.
There was all this awesome cannabis here, but it was a really cool situation where we connected with a local family. They were really generous with us and rented us a place to live, and they really cannabis, and they actually gave us our first cannabis plants for free. Like, who's totally awesome.
Was it like a clone, or was it like it was a clone plant, or
plants? Yeah, they were seed plants, and they were seed plants of this strain called Jagu from Covelo, by this family for many, many generations. Those genetics today. So for us, it really felt like we fell more and more in love with cultivating cannabis, and lots of cannabis and breeding lots of cannabis. And then we found our project 64 happened. We decided it sort of was a turning point where we could, maybe not grow cannabis anymore or become sort of like, and we just took that leap into doing that, and we're really grateful that we did.
So you guys were farmers, but you guys grew vegetables. It wasn't even cannabis when you guys started. Were you guys like smoking cannabis at all? Were you guys, from the East Coast, I know it's a little different than the West Coast, but you guys...
We were definitely smoking cannabis.
Okay, yeah. And then, so the move to the West Coast was to farm vegetables, or were you guys,
it was like I had been a trimmer for many years, seasonally, and then go back to Philadelphia, and I was a muralist as well, and would make trim cannabis. So I was involved in the cannabis community already first before I moved out to Covelo full time. So I definitely was working in cannabis, but primarily moved out here not to cannabis, but more just to have more like back to the land lifestyle. But what found me and what really drew me in, so that's what I wound up doing.
Once that lady finds you and enters your life, you just can't. She just becomes part of it. And it's just the everyday life now. And then, and I appreciate, growers, especially you guys, because I don't have that green thumb and I got ADD, and I know plants and the ladies take a lot of attention and a lot of time. So thank you guys for being out here and switching the lifestyles, and like, you know what? We need more cannabis, so we're gonna create WildLand Cannabis, and you guys started this with the 215 days. And I like the 215 days. 64 a recreational use is cool, but there's so many more rules on it. When it was 215, we were able to. I felt like we got a lot more fresh flower because we would get it directly from the grower. Whereas today, it has to go to get tested, which is cool. I don't mind it getting tested. That way, we all know we're getting clean stuff. But then it's got to go tested, then it's got to go packaged, and it's got to go distributor, and then it's got to go to the shelves, and then you get it. And it's just like, where's my fresh produce now? Where's my fresh product, dude? So it's are there some obstacles? Are there obstacles you guys have faced transitioning from the 215 side to the 64 side? Joey?
I mean, yeah, there's a lot more that goes into it now. And before, I would go down to the dispensaries like in Oakland for with pounds on me, and I would meet
duffel bags.
I would show up. Well, like even just like in my backpack, I would just have like, if we grew pounds, I'd go meet the buyer at the dispensary. I would say, "Do you want it?" And he would say, "Yes, I do." And he would take it, and that was it. And then they would jar it up and do whatever medicine.
This just came in. This,
This, you know what I mean? And it's cool. I get to do like the design aspect of it. But I used to do, like Jen said, we were both artists, but like, for a lot of people that it's amazing block having to like design jars, and it's tough for everybody. There's just so many more steps, and it's positive, and there's negatives and positives like with everything, but like there's definitely a lot, and all these steps cost money, and that kind of thing. But
I remember taking those calls when I was a bud tender. Like, are you seeing vendors? Are you seeing vendors? And it was all the growers that just got the fresh crops trying to bring in their product. Like, yo, I got some new work. You seeing vendors? Yeah. And now, I mean, has it changed, especially for you guys in the Emerald Triangle, since cannabis became recreational legal? Have you seen the culture change at all? The process?
I mean, I would say that the community has suffered Triangle as a result of Prop 64, and that is something that is really been hard for us to watch. I mean, we love the community. It's what kept the uniqueness, the closeness, the way everyone was always willing to help each other. Super beautiful community of really generous people, and a lot of those people have not prospered. So a lot of people have moved. A lot of people have gone to alternate income. Even people that tried to be a part of legal cannabis and want to know those people, a lot of people haven't been able to make it. So has the culture changed? At the heart of it, I would say no. People are still really generous, really their energy to fellow farmers. People still want to grow the best weed. Like, at the heart of the community, I would say all the values and the ethos are still there, but it has a really cannabis community up in the Emerald Triangle. And that's why it's so important to and support small farmers, and why we're so grateful to be here on Respect My Message out to your listeners.
Yeah. And speaking of, everyone wanting to grow the best weed, What are some of the best strains you guys have grown? What are you guys excited that you guys see that you guys get to bring to us? You guys like chase the terpenes? Are you guys studying yielding? Are you guys doing the whole concentrate game? What's Wildland doing?
No, we do all. Do we chase terpenes? Totally. I do a lot of breeding. So after what just like looks super cool and amazing in the garden, and what's outrageous is usually what I go for when I'm making crosses. So this year we've got our WildLand Haze crossed with Candyland, Wild Oak on
Ooh.
Epic. Yes, Haze crossed with Long Valley Sleigh Ride from the awesome dudes over at Green Shock, and they are winners of awards with the Emerald Cup and the California State Fair. And our WildLand Haze has really incredible terpene profile as well. So what that cross brings along, and yeah, we've got a bunch of. We're growing a lot of stuff from this nursery. They're called Wallflower. Interesting genetics from them, and one of them is Cadillac Rainbows. With garden, these double rainbows appeared in the sky. I'm not kidding. So
what?
I feel pretty.
It named itself.
Yeah. So want to talk a little bit about our collaborations and stuff we're trying to do this season?
Yeah. We definitely we did a lot of strains this year. We do like our genetics that Jen's developed. Always WildLand Haze, like she said. Did try to branch out and do some more like hashy strains, the kind of ones sized by concentrate makers, you know, that dump hash as they call it.
The yielders,
right?
The juicers,
the yielders,
the juicers.
Yeah, the dumpers,
the dumpers.
So yeah, so we've got some hashy strains, gush mints, like she said, Cadillac Rainbows.
Ooh.
There's a lot of cool strains that we were like, look to friends of ours who like Bob from Honey. We're doing some collabos with him, doing some fresh frozen. And, those guys are all the strains to get because it's not always intuitive, even to, experience. It's not always an intuitive thing to say that's going to make good hash, that's going to make good hash, or more so if it is with the hash producers, it's got to make a lot of hash to make it worth it. You know what I mean?
Worth it. Yeah.
Quality 100%. And quantity, because it's a big process. So to do all that is kind of a bummer, and it's tough with, all the costs and stuff associated with it.
Yeah. There's a lot of R&D that goes into it, which is time and money, which gets back to it, which makes you appreciate that final product even more when it's available. And I know you were talking about collabing and making that great stuff. I know you guys are award winners. You guys won some Emerald Cups with the CBD cartridge. You also won the Women's CannaCup, first place for your hash-infused joint. What?
That's right.
So you guys are getting it. Tell what was that about? What was your hash-infused joint? What is the flower? What's the hash? What's the process? Is it mixed? Is it like a little worm? What we call the donuts?
Hash-infused joint. This awesome company called Helidank. They are. You know more about Helidank than I do, so you want to talk a little bit about them, and then the WildLand Haze and the contest and stuff.
Yeah,
we did some projects with Helidank. They make incredible hash from our WildLand Haze. We had done it's funny because it was like a split, and then they gave us the 5-star full melt, which is these in the pre-rolls, which is it's obviously it's the best. Most pre-rolls don't get the 5-star full melt, so that definitely sets ours apart. That's what they're doing. And they put the pre-rolls together too. So their ratio, it's it'll be the form of bubble hash that's just like sand flour. So it gets a perfect burn, burns nicely, doesn't run, and they're great.
Yeah, man. Looks like Jenn.
We lose
Sure,
Jenn.
I'm sure she could come back. I'm sure she'll come back if she does. But so it was so you guys infuse it. It's just like a mix with the hash and the
Yeah,
I'm sure Jenn took off real quick because it's about to be 4:20 right now. So she's like, "Yo, let me get high real quick and come right back."
smoke,
It's a big
secret
it's a
smoke
big 4:20 shout
stash.
out right now.
That's right. Yeah, but
So
no.
I'm like a super fan of hazes. I don't know if you know this. I'm like a haze. That
Nice.
terp profile in the hazes is what I feel like that's a true exotic because it's so hard to find these days. Everyone's doing all these like dessert strains, so to find a really good haze is super special to me. So where would I be able to find some of this WildLand Haze, dude?
Yeah, so it's Ross. You can find any of the places that carry us. They'll always carries us. Doesn't carry the WildLand Haze because it's the most incredible strain, the flavor. So you can find it LAPCG in West Hollywood. You can find us in San 365 Recreational Cannabis. All of our natural cannabis company. They have Oakland Organics, Mendocino Organican.
So you guys are everywhere. So
Yeah,
what are
I'm just
some
trying
like
to reach out. No, I was just saying, that's trying to reach out and get out to more. After the fires happened, it was it was slow getting back into the market, and we're dealing with that, getting back into a lot more places.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, there's so many obstacles one encounter while growing, especially with the fires in the past couple months. It's been interesting to see how, people are bouncing back from that because I know people that lost a whole lot in those fires, dude. And like, there was a lot of just outdoor growers that lost a lot and, everyone was making these jokes about like Ash OG and all this and it's good to see you guys still out here making it happen. And I know you guys are using like sustainable and regenerative farming practices. Can you tell us more a little bit about that?
Yeah, we try to be as sustainable and regenerative as possible. We have as few inputs as possible. We don't feed all season, a lot of liquid fertilizers and stuff like that, and that can be totally organic and regenerative too. But plant right in the native soil. We just a mirror, and that pretty much takes care of the plants all year. We do it with as little inputs as possible. A lot of regenerative farms have animals to provide them with manure. So we definitely try to focus on doing as little to the land as possible. I think that's a lot of where we don't. I'd love to have cattle, and Jenn lives up at the farm. Stuff for their manure and eggs on that stuff, but it would just change too much of the landscape. It would do more to the land than we want to. So we try to farm as possible within the constraints of the land that we have.
And how is that different from like how corporate cannabis will come in? They just come in and use like fake. What is he saying? Tell me, Joey. I love the faces.
I don't know. So, but if I had to guess,
what have you heard?
There's a lot of artificial fertilizers. It's cheap and easy, and if your soil, it's just it's like junk food. That's a good metaphor for it.
It's just filler.
It's filler. It you can overfeed the plant. You hear a lot of people talking about nutrient burn, and those are things that we don't have to do that stuff. We don't need to flush because there's not an overabundance. It's the plants take what they need. They don't take more than need, so it's never like but yeah, liquid fertilizers, stuff made in a lab, chemical. Oh yeah, they're called. They refer to them as salts, and a lot of organic won't use them because you get a buildup of salt in your soil, which is going to block out a lot of nutrients in soil.
Right. So just keep it clean, keep it natural. We don't need no synthetic shit out here.
That's how you get clean cannabis, man. Clean inputs is clean cannabis.
I know Jenn, I'm not sure if she's coming back or not, but she was mentioning the jaw strain briefly.
Yeah, Jagu.
What is that like? That's your CBD strain? Is that
Jagu? You were saying the family that we had the house from, and they're in the valley strain. It's a jasmine afternoon cross. The joke used to be it from Covelo if it's crossed with Jagu. But the CBD, the one that we won the Emerald Cup in 2019 was a Jagu Rico G crossed with AC/DC. That's where the CBD came from.
Okay. Yeah, that AC/DC, dude. That AC/DC,
yeah.
that's that.
And that's still available. We grew a ton of that. We did that. They made a ton of that stuff, and it's definitely still out there. It's like it's 1-to-1. I think the latest batch tested it more of 2-to-1, but it's so chill. I love it. It's when I'm out at a festival, when I got to talk to people, it doesn't make me get self-conscious and paranoia, the kind of things that can come the indica when you have to go to a party or talk to people and stuff like that.
Right. It gives you that little energy. What are you smoking right now? What does Joey smoke?
A lot of that electric jaw. I still have weed. I still have 4-year-old electric jaw that I smoke. Weed, if you store it correctly.
You said wait. Hold on. Go back. You say you still have 4-year-old weed that you're smoking?
Yeah.
And it's fine to take
correctly, man. It's cured. Let's link up. I have
it's like
I only smoke old weed. The curing I only smoke old weed because it's cured. If you store it correctly, it's not old, it's cured.
Okay, what's the proper way to store weed for 4 years where it won't taste like just almonds?
Cold and dark.
Cold and dark.
You store it in the cold. I have all my weed in a temperature controlled. It's dark. I try not to mess with it. I don't open it too much. I'll have I'll have a take out enough for a week or whatever.
Like when you say cold,
correctly, not in the refrigerator because it can be kind of moist. You want it to be a dry, like a root cellar, or like a closet. Big, all right.
Okay. Yeah, because I was thinking like cold and dark, like a freezer, but I'm like, doesn't that dry it out?
Right. You don't moisture. You don't want it to be too dry. You don't want it to be too wet.
Sorry, Jenn. He just said he smokes weed that's 4 years old, and my brain was just like, wait, what did you just say?
You're talking about curing.
Oh, we can't hear. Oh, are you there? Hello? It's all right. Yeah, the cured weed over the fresh weed.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
There you go.
Not where I am, that my phone overheated, but we're back, and hopefully it doesn't happen.
Oh my! It was hot. It's hot today. It's been hot these past couple of days.
Yeah.
Anyway, what are you talking about that?
No, I was just saying that, you know, we're super passionate about curing the weed properly. I think there's a lot of fresh weed. It tends to have too much chlorophyll in it. Literally what it does is helps the weed do off-gas chlorophyll. And if you've ever had some fresh weed, a little scratchy, little something right here, that's chlorophyll. And that's what comes from whiskey. It's like wine. There's an aging process that, if done right, link up and I'm going to hook you up with some 4 or 5 year old weed, and you're going to love it.
I am bringing my camera and I am documenting me smoking 4-year-old weed, dude.
I'm loving
it.
I can't wait, dude. Wow. All right, how you feeling? You good, Jen?
Yeah, I'm listening, so I could call you guys back.
No, you're good. I was just asking him what he was smoking, and he answered with that. What are you smoking right now?
Me? I'm not smoking any.
Oh,
no.
I mean, not like right this. When I say now, I mean like not right this second. I just mean in general. Like, what are you smoking? But we'll see. We'll see if she comes back.
She'll come back. I think it was her phone. See we was overheating, so if she gets
in so probably got that.
We'll be able to do it.
What are you guys doing? The social media?
Yeah, we're on Instagram at WildLand Cannabis. I'm on there all day, posting pics of the garden and stuff like that. And we don't have a face for our farm because I don't know, Facebook. I like Instagram better.
It is what it is. We all have our platforms that we enjoy. And it's just WildLand Cannabis. One word, no nothing.
Yes.
Must be nice.
Yeah, it's good. We get a lot of people when they call us WildLand Farm, WildLand Farms.
How'd you come up with the name WildLand?
Just the way that it's wild. It's a wild land. You know what I mean? You should come out and see it. It's the way when we got the land, it was completely bare. It was a field. There was nothing, which is what this.
How much land was this?
It's 10 acres.
Yeah, I think you guys said that. Yeah, 10 acres. You guys were they're like, here's 10 acres, grow weed.
Yeah, we only cultivate on about a quarter acre of the 10. But go on our Instagram. I put tons of pictures of just like the wild nature aspect of the land. Wild, and there's we have beautiful views, lots of beautiful oak trees, and we're growing in the wild.
What is there wildlife that lives on the wild land?
Yes, a ton of it.
What do you guys have on there?
Everything.
Bears?
I mean,
mountain lions? We my!
Tracks all the time. I've had plenty of interactions with mountain lions up there. She always tells me about hearing mountain lions at night. They make really crazy noises that sound like baby. But yeah, it's cool, man. I think that's the magic of sun grown, bro.
Oh man,
our mountain lions are chilling with the weed. There's a lot of magic going on there, bro.
Oh, I wish I was on Instagram. I'd love to see this. I'm gonna have to look at someone else's account and see. I'm not allowed on Instagram anymore, so
they banned you. We'll borrow someone's phone and see.
Yeah,
see some of the wild trees and mountains up there, man.
Do you guys offer like a fucking bed and breakfast? Come by, stay on our farms, watch the wildlife, dude.
We're pretty remote. We're pretty far out there. It might be a little bit of a come out, come stay. Camp at the farm. The farms aspect. I think is things that people are working out now, trying to get that to be more of a thing. If I wasn't in the industry, I would want to do that. I would be super stoked on staying on the campus.
I am a delicate dude from the valley. I am not ready for all that. I am from the suburbs, dude. I need.
You're gonna love it.
Do it. I don't know.
Do it.
I don't know if I'm ready,
do
dude.
it, man. It's for you. Unplugged.
Well,
We're off grid. There's no Wi-Fi signals. There's nobody. You're alone. It's good for plants. It's good for weed. It's good for people.
it's good. Just bring that
We're
energy
gonna get
with
him
you.
out here, y'all.
Bring that energy with you when you smoke our weed.
That's the thing, man. All that magic of the wildness is imbued in the weed, and it's
Well, I can't wait to try some of that haze. I'm gonna go find
Yeah.
some. I'm gonna hit up Colin and Joey and be like, "Where's it at, dude? Let me get some."
Yeah, hit it up in the Bay, in LA, in we're all over, and more every day.
Well, I
Sacramento
appreciate you.
Counties we're on.
We out here. You're out here. Get it. Next time you go to the shop, look for WildLand Cannabis and get that wildlife experience, that all natural,
Right.
organic sun terps. Get it in you, baby. WildLand
Yep.
Cannabis on Instagram. Joey, I
Natural and
appreciate you. I don't know. Hopefully Jenn is okay and didn't get taken by any mountain lions.
I think hopefully we can do this again when maybe signal will be a little able.
For sure. I'm getting to wrap it up, and then my blunt is also out. So that means we're at the end of the Legacy Cannabis Podcast, dude. Thank you, Joey, for coming by. Shout out to Jenn for making it happen again. A big, huge shout out to all the growers out there, too. I don't care if it's 1 plant, 10 plant, 100 plants, 1,000 plants, indoor, outdoor, closet, mountainside, wherever, as long as you're growing. We appreciate you, because without you guys, none of us would be out here. None of us would be doing this. So thank you. Thank you to WildLand for going from the traditional side to the compliant side. I learned a lot, and I can't wait to try this award-winning haze, dude.
Yeah, let me up and let me know what you think. I'll talk terpenes all day.
Let's get it. We'll make it happen again, dude.
You.
Appreciate you for hanging out with us, man. See you soon.
All right, brother.
Bye.